Hello everyone, let's take a look at what we have due this week. We are already in week 6. Time is just like flying by. So I've already gone to, over here in the weeks tab, week 6, you've got your discussion. You're going to read about different types of interviews. We've kind of talked about this briefly, I think, in the discussions over in the forums when informational interviews and that type of thing over the last couple of weeks. There's been some, comments that have come up and we've kind of talked about that. So this will kind of take it another step forward. We've got panel interviews, individual interviews. There's right now, it's really popular to do a video interview or a telephone interview as your first couple of interviews, going through the steps. And if the company has its location somewhere else, then often it's an interview or a video interview. And you want to make sure your background's really clear and different things. And I've got stuff I'll be sharing on that. So we'll look at different ways to interview. Again, don't be too smart for the room. Don't think you know it all and you're perfect. There's always room for all of us to learn something new with this. So you're going to be looking at that. And then we have the activities. It shows only 2, so that's kind of a light week. All right. Interview simulation. Just do your best with this. Again, a lot of times I'll hear, oh, I wish I had more time. Well, you don't have a lot of time when you're in an interview. You're not going to take hours to interview. You're going to, that's the way it is. So you're going to have 25 minutes, and it's going to be asking you some questions. Whoops, I just clicked on something and took us out of that. Let me go back. Sorry. Not sure what I just clicked my mouse on. All right. So you're going to have 25 minutes, and it's 5% of your overall grade. Now, honestly, again, this is one of those, when I read your answers, I'm giving you the full points if you answered. I'm not critiquing you because it's again, help. I'm not going to give real specific feedback on each question for each of you, because or I'd never get them graded. So I tend to come back later and do a video and explain how to answer some of those questions. But no matter what the question, even if they say, tell me a little bit about yourself, they don't really care about you and your, all your personal things. They want you to answer. And always remember this. And I have a client who told me he kept that in mind. He says, I heard your voice saying they only want to know how you will help them. What's the value you bring to the table? So keep that in mind as you go forward with this. It's about the value you bring. So if they say, tell me a little bit about yourself. And I know many of you are going to be paralegals. I'm trying to think of some of the others. I think we have a couple of social workers in the class, maybe. I know a lot of paralegals. So I'll just kind of focus on the paralegals. You talk about maybe where you volunteered, how your interest you became interested in becoming a paralegal, something like that. You just want to talk about, oh, I enjoyed working at the dog pound or volunteering with a rescue organization. Only time that would be important is if you read in a bio somebody loves to volunteer with a rescue. But all your answers need to show them the value you bring to them and how whatever it is you're answering is about them and the company. So I hope that makes sense. And again, I won't be given very specific to each one. I'll be providing something as a follow-up, or I would never get those graded. The one thing I do say about interviewing, I do want to bring up, I know you're all very proud of your families. Most of you or not most of you, a few of you are single moms or you have children, but please don't bring those up. Remember, don't bring up anything that by law they cannot ask you. Do not bring up anything by law they can't ask you. And I wrote about this over on recruiter.com, and I think I actually shared the link. in, again, one of our discussion forum threads where people were talking about this, because I had a business owner when I was coaching business owners. I was doing both, and she said, I cringe when they come in and tell me they're a military spouse, they're pregnant. She says, I can't afford the training. I can't afford to pay them for time off. I can't afford to hire somebody to fill in when they're gone. So don't divulge anything in that interview. And unfortunately, it's about family, even though you're really great at balancing work-life, family. Don't do it. Don't mention family. Don't. I don't recommend you do it. And I see I've just gone way over on my time. Okay, reflection submission. Here is a PowerPoint on how the whole ePortfolio thing, and then here is how to upload. I think I've already shared these also because I've been kind of preparing you for this. What you're going to do, you're going to upload your 3 reflections as one Word document. Now, please, if you can, and I know it can be done, but I don't know how they do it because I don't upload. Label it as your reflections, because what happens is when I go into your, it doesn't matter, most people select their degree program. Then it'll say pick one of these, and you got that whole screen. Just pick one. I will see that it's there. But what happens is this week you're going to do your portfolio. Next week will be the resume, the cover letter, the elevator speech. I need, if possible, please label each so I don't have to keep clicking to find the right one. Just label reflection. And then next week it'll be elevator pitch, resume, cover letter. I think next week your resume and cover letter are combined also, maybe not. Don't remember quite up top of my head. I know sometimes people do both, and that's fine. I don't get that picky. But what you're going to do, you're going to take all 3, which are separate Word documents, just cut and paste into one big Word document. That's what you're doing for the reflections. And again, all the guides are right here. If you run into problems, I'm sorry, I'm not tech support. The only thing I'm going to really tell you is try a different browser, reboot. I don't know anything beyond that, what to tell you to do here. So again, please call tech support if you're running into problems and you need to figure it out, because we're going to be doing it again next week. And ePortfolio, even though I know some will say, well, I'm not taking this to a job. No, but it's a safe place in case your computer crashes. I had the Zepto virus, which went in even to my Dropbox and attacked everything in OneDrive and Dropbox. I lost everything. Had I had something like ePort, it's just another safe place to keep your resume, cover letter, and all that. And I've gone way over. So it looks like kind of an easy week. If you're behind, I know we've had some illnesses, hospitalizations, just life. Get caught up, please. Next week will be, we got week 6, and we got 7 and 7.5, and we're done. So please get caught up if you're behind. Focus on what you got to do, and keep up the great job. Bye-bye.